So, last time I added some new abilities to my game, and with the addition of all the abilities, the game is finally starting to take some shape. But it kinda looks like crap. So let me just... this really works. So as I've said before, I don't know how to use Blender, so I spent some time searching through all the assets in Unity's asset store and finding suitable ones for the game. I meshed all the assets together to see if they fit each other. Also, most of these assets were not URP compatible, so I spent some time to convert their materials to URP materials. After I was done with the assets, I jumped into Unity and started working on the terrain. First up, I made some mountains around the area so a player doesn't fall off the map. Then I painted some texture on the terrain to make it look good. After that, I used these assets to add some details to the terrain like grass, flowers and stuff, using Unity's terrain tools. After that, I made some ponds here and there to make the area look even cooler. Then I started to add trees using these assets. But I didn't use Unity's terrain tool for adding trees because I wanted to make them interactable later on. Also, the grass assets that I used had built-in wind effects, but my trees didn't have any. So I tried to add my own wind effect to them, but...
Helicopter, helicopter! Paracofer!
Yeah, not gonna happen. I also messed around with the colors a bit to make them match each other, and this is what the final product looks like. You might be wondering why the world looks this small. Well, instead of making a huge open world with some boundaries, I decided to divide the world into regions, kinda like a chessboard. Every region is gonna have its own unique layout and activities, and there will be some transition points between regions that you can use to travel to other regions. Kinda like what they do in some MMOs. In this way you can put regions of different elements next to each other without making it look weird. But if you wanted to do the same thing in a big open world, you couldn't blend two regions together good enough to make the transition look seamless. Unless you added some obstacles between them like an ocean and made them into islands. And that would complicate things. Also, I think doing it this way might increase the performance a bit. And yes, I'm using Microsoft Paint to explain all this. After doing all that, I ran into some really big issues. First, I found out that there was a huge memory leak in the project. Like it was draining my memory almost as fast as studying drains my soul. After going through all of my objects one by one, I found out that the leak was caused by my terrain. Turns out changing the terrain's heights even by the slightest bit caused some memory leak. Also, even if I stopped the project and ran it again, the memory wasn't getting freed and it was just building up. So I did some research on the internet, but I couldn't find any solutions. And instead of doing what a sophisticated game dev would do and find the root of the problem, I just went ahead and flattened all the mountains, and used some mountain prefabs instead. But my problems didn't end here. After fixing the memory issue, my Unity actually got nuked and it wasn't working for a while. So I had to reinstall Unity completely to make it work again. But luckily my project wasn't damaged in the process. At least I hope so. After I was done with that region, I started working on an Earth element region. I learned from my past mistakes, and instead of raising the terrain to make some mountains, I used some prefabs. Then I added some rocks and details around the map. After that, I used these crystal assets to add some more details to the area. Initially, I was intending to add some palm trees and cactuses around to make it look more lively, but I couldn't find any suitable assets. So instead, I used these alien-looking plants, but after adding those, I realized they don't suit the area either. So I just stopped there. And this is what it looks like. It looks cool and all, but I think these arms are looking kind of pale. So let me just... Works like a charm. After that, I thought it's finally time to take a break from the environment and make some friends for Gary. So I found these cool assets in Unity's asset store and decided to use them as my new enemy. So, meet Jerry, the floating blob. He also might be a close relative of Pac-Man. I give half of Gary's brain to him so he can move around and shoot fireballs at us, and when he dies, he just floats there, menacingly. Hey there, little buddy. Whoa, chill. And that's pretty much everything I've done so far. I was planning to add some more stuff this week, but because I spent so much time fixing those issues, I couldn't do much. Next time I'll probably continue working on the environments and add some more mobs to the world. Or who knows, I might finally fix the finger. Also, my midterms are coming up, so I won't be able to post as frequently, but I'll try my best to post as much as I can. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more updates.